Hey guys, it's your girl Kimberly Reese Mensa, and today I want to show you how I make my Ghanaian stew. As you can see, I have onions, I have shallots, I have green pepper, and I have green bell pepper. I have bouillon, and all of this is coming from Ghana, West Africa. That bag of pepper that I have in my hand comes straight from Ghana. It is what makes the stew. Cannot make it without that. Again, we've got the bell pepper. I also have fresh garlic, which you don't see. I have some chopped tomatoes there. I also have some ginger that you don't see. And my seasonings are black pepper, garlic powder. Definitely got to have the garlic powder. I have a little onion powder. And of course, we have some salt. I use specifically kosher salt because kosher salt is the best when it comes to using seasoning food because it doesn't have a whole lot of sodium in it. There's that onion powder I spoke of. And I also added some minced onion that was in olive oil. There's a reason for that because, guys, this stew is one that really that you fry. And there's the seasoned tomato paste that comes straight from Ghana, West Africa. And again, you actually fry the stew. They don't call it fried stew, but you fry it. Then you add the other ingredients to make it, come alive. So there I am just dicing up those onions. I'm dicing up the shallots as well. I'm going to dice up the green pepper as you see later on. Now what you don't see is I also had some fresh ginger that I keep in my freezer. And I use that ginger for other things, not just for cooking hot foods, but I use it in my juices. And if you follow me, you will see that I did a juice video recently and I used fresh ginger that is frozen, and I'm able to take it through my juicer and it comes right out. It's really, really good. So again, we are cutting up all those ingredients, getting that bell pepper cut up. I used one whole bell pepper, one whole onion, one shallot. Now, the difference between a shallot and an onion is shallots are a little more savory, if you will. Onions have a little more pungent, as you all know, bite, but shallots are a little more savory. I like to use both in my cooking. Typically, if I'm cooking a stew or cooking like a spaghetti sauce that is very chunky, I will use a shallot. As you can see, I just picked up those peppers. Those are hot peppers. Those peppers will go in the stew, but they won't stay in the stew. Once the stew is done and all that pepper and hot pepper seasoning is in there, I will take both of those out before serving them to my family. So we've got a lot of this stuff cut up. Again, we're finishing up those onions and those shallots. We've got the green pepper all done. And the next thing we're going to do is to fry up all those ingredients, but we're going to keep the garlic out because, as you guys know, if you don't cook, I'm letting you know that you don't want to put your garlic in until your onions and peppers, even if you're making a stew, you're making a roux like with carrots or what have you, you want to put that garlic in last because garlic will burn. So here I am popping that garlic. There's something about fresh garlic. Yeah, we've got the minced garlic sitting in the oil. That's great. But fresh garlic, oh my. And it really makes this dish come alive. And of course, the reason that I use so many fresh ingredients is because each of these ingredients that I'm using have healing properties. Whenever I go to Ghana and I cook for my husband, nothing has additives in it. Everything is natural. I lose weight, my blood pressure stays down. It's great. People, if you do not clean your chicken, shame on you. I've heard people say, don't clean it. Listen, you can clean after yourself. When you clean the kitchen, clean that chicken, clean up as well. Use an bacterial soap or cleanser to go behind you when you're cleaning that chicken to kill all that bacteria that you may have in your sink. So here I poured the oil in. As I told you, we are frying this stew. You fry the stew. I think that the reason that they fry it in Ghana, and specifically not just Ghana, but in Africa, period, when it comes to making different stews, I think it must do something to kind of pop open the tomatoes. Like it just kind of makes it come alive. And it's like you're getting extra seasoning out of that tomato by frying it. That's just my opinion. I don't know. But as you can see here, I am about to saute the tomatoes, the peppers, the onions, the shallots, and then I put the garlic in later. But putting all my seasoning in, getting all that done, all the seasoning I showed you, putting all that in, and I also layer as I'm cooking. I try to layer my seasonings because when you cook and you add more ingredients, you did put more seasoning in it because you don't want to get too bland, right? So putting that salt, the pepper, the garlic powder, the onion powder, putting all that. The bouillon will go in a little later. That ginger is already in there. So getting that all stirred up, getting it cooked up till it's translucent. And then here comes the tomato paste. That tomato paste is going in, and you also see as I put that in, I'm going to add more oil because what happens is all those good veggies absorb that oil. You need a little bit more oil because, again, we are frying this stew. It's a fried stew, okay? So I'm putting that in. I'm going to get that stirred up, get it all mixed in with those great veggies. Listen, you guys, right at this point, it smells so good. Like, it smells really, really good. My daughter came in, she's like, ooh, something smells good. So I just put it in some more oil there to make sure that I am frying that tomato paste. It's got to be fried, right? And here comes that pepper. That pepper is important. If you don't have that red pepper, and again, it is made in Ghana, West Africa. I bring it with me whenever I come back home. I have plenty of it in my cabinet because I make sure I bring it. Because my daughter loves Ghanaian food. She loves Nigerian food too, but she really loves Ghanaian food. So I have to have some on hand. So getting that all mixed in. Oh, and like I said, it smells wonderful. There goes the tomatoes. And then after I put those tomatoes in there, get those all turned in. Mind you, I actually, what you don't see in the video here because of editing, I put even more seasoning on top of those tomatoes. More garlic powder, more onion powder, more red pepper, more of the black pepper. I put more seasoning in because you gotta have it. Then I did the entire bowl full of water. So basically it was equal to the tomatoes. That gives it a nice balance. Now mind you, we are not making soup. We are making stew. So gotta make sure that that is all incorporated well. And then that's gonna sit after it's all mixed up, and it's going to simmer for a little while. And there's that bouillon. Put that bouillon cube in there. Now that is a shrimp bouillon cube. You can use shrimp bouillon cube. You can use chicken. I tell you, Ghana has it all. I bring it home with me. I bring it home. I don't even buy bouillon here in the States anymore. So that's in there. Got that covered up. We're going to let that cook and simmer for a little while. Listen, guys. There is just something about the way a house smells when you are cooking a good stew. Look at that stew. At this point, I could just spoon some out, put it in a bowl. So there goes those peppers I told you about. They're in there. They're going to stay in there. Let's talk about the rice. Getting that rice ready. Listen, about to show you guys a trick. Of course, we're going to put a little salt in that water. That's important. That's that kosher salt I use. And yes, I put a little bit of oil in my water, and this is what's next. This is a game changer. Some dehydrated onions. Put those in your water, and your rice is going to be fabulous. I'm telling you, it's something I do when I'm in Ghana. My husband loves it. You guys, at this point, my house is just full of the aroma of this stew. There goes the chicken. Chicken's going in. Now, mind you, I normally will fry my chicken, season it up real good, and then put it in the stew. But I was kind of trying to, get this done. My daughter was ready to eat. It was a weekday. You know how that goes. But you can do it either way because, again, I've got so much seasoning in that stew. And I let that simmer for a while. And look, you need to rinse your rice. Rinse that rice off. Get that rice in that boiling water and just watch it come to life. I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer. There's that rice, and here is the stew. Hope you guys enjoyed it.